Welcome to the Echo Lens, the podcast where we view assistive technology through the eyes of lived experience. I'm your host, Kenisha, and every episode will explore how dignity, design, and innovation really intersect to empower blind and low vision communities. We're not just reviewing tech, we're reframing it. And this is a space for truth telling, for honoring the voices that often go unheard, and for challenging the industry to do better. So, whether you're a developer, a user, or someone who simply believes in equity, you're in the right place. This is the Echo Lens. Let's take a closer look. Hey everyone, so this week on the show we have Cory, and Cory is the creator behind Legally Blind No Limits. That's a YouTube channel that's dedicated to helping others see life differently and to live without limits. So, after nearly losing his life while hiding his blindness, Cory turned that experience into a mission and uses it to empower others to embrace independence, confidence, and joy, no matter what their circumstances are. So he does this through honest storytelling, practical insight, and a positive outlook. He really inspires his audience to overcome challenges, adapt with resilience, and create a life they truly love. So, Cory, welcome to the podcast. I
Thank
am
you.
super excited to have you here.
Oh, I appreciate it. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, I met Cory. I was in our previous guest, Sean, his um Facebook group, AI for the Blind.
Okay.
Cory had posted a video in there that he was doing this cane giveaway. And I was like, "Oh, this is fun. I could use a new cane." And so Cory, you posted your YouTube video in there and I went
Yeah.
and looked at it. And then I won one of the canes.
Yep, you did.
I was so excited. I was not expecting to win a cane. And I won one of the canes. And then, like, we connected, and I was like, wait, we need to be friends. Like,
Yeah.
you're amazing.
People are gonna think it's a setup that I got you a cane
It
to get
was
on the
not.
podcast. So
I swear, I did not know you before.
that's a fact. That's a fact. I had no idea you would have been like, oh, I have a whole podcast that I'm doing and I'm this amazing person. I was just like, oh, Kenisha, okay, you're a winner.
Thanks for
And
the
it turned into
compliment.
something else. Yeah, no,
Yeah,
I
well, I
appreciate it. I'm happy
appreciate
you
it.
found it. Oh, of course.
Yeah.
But and by the way, they started getting shipped out. Inventory hit the company. We're here.
Yay.
It hit last week, so they started shipping things out. I think on Friday or Monday. So
Perfect. Well,
you'll
I'm
be getting your
excited
cane.
to get my
So
new
yeah,
cane.
I'm excited to get it to you. So
Yay. Cory, tell us a little bit about your journey. Your intro says that you almost like got hurt or died by
my gosh,
what
yeah,
what is going on?
yeah. So hiding my blindness absolutely almost killed me. Like a lot of times. It's not even one, two, three. It's definitely more than I would like to admit and acknowledge. But I was doing my best to be strong and be brave when I should have been brave in a whole other way. I should have been asking for help and going to my doctor and
Yeah.
figuring things out. But instead I was just trying to push through. I was working in Manhattan. I would be in the dark. There were times I would leave work and like I couldn't see anything, but
Yeah.
I would literally just be relying on other people's eyes to make it through to where I knew I needed to go, and that was a daily experience. So, man, I definitely have some crazy stories around that. Back towards the end, literally December of 2023. I was sitting at my retina specialist office after running from him for years, and
Yeah.
he pretty much cursed me out and let me know that I needed to change my life because I had a family and there's resources out here that help me. There's people who understand what I'm going through, and there's tools out here that I should have been taking advantage of, years and years ago. Just going through that process of learning all these things and trying to make my life better, my eyes better. I just thought if I could help somebody with making some videos, it would be totally worth it. So that's been my mission over the last year because I started making content earlier this year.
Yeah, and your content is super awesome. I'm gonna link
I appreciate it.
Corey's YouTube channel in the show notes for sure. So definitely
I
go
much
ahead and
appreciate it.
go check it out when you can because it's super awesome. So
Thank you.
so you were at your retina specialist at the end of
Yeah.
December.
Yep.
Okay. So this vision loss wasn't new then. It was just something you were hiding for a while.
Yeah, so I actually have a condition called choroideremia. It's pretty rare. Not as rare as your condition. I think there's
Pretty
maybe
rare.
like yeah, like maybe 5, 6,000 people in the United States have it. It's an inherited condition that was passed down my grandpa to my mom to me. Women typically aren't really affected by it. Fortunately, my mom, she's driving, she does all, everything she needs to do, but the boys have a pretty much a 50-50 shot of having it. So
Wow.
me, my first cousin, who is my mom's sister's son, we both have the same condition. My grandfather, a few of his brothers have it, not all of it. And now that I have a daughter, if she has a son one day, it'll definitely be something I have to make sure she's
Yeah.
has knowledge of and things like that. So it's passed down through, the women to the guys. It acts a lot like retinitis pigmentosa. I actually thought I had that. My doctors thought I had that pretty much until I was about like 17, 18 years old, where, night blindness was the first thing that I realized that I had, because I couldn't see anything at night while kids were running around and playing. And I'm
Yeah.
like frozen stuck. Like, I think there's something going on with me, but we pretty much lose peripheral vision up until the point where it's like extreme tunnel vision. So that's pretty much what I have on top of I'm completely blind in my left eye. So
Okay.
instead of having 2 straws to look at, I'm looking through 1, but hey, man, I'm trying to make the best of it?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So, how old were you when you first started exhibiting symptoms?
Well, I noticed something was going on. I was 6 years old.
Yeah.
I still remember me and my cousin that I was just mentioning, 'cause that's literally
Yeah.
my best friend in the whole world.
Yeah,
We
y'all have
were
some great YouTube videos together
uh,
too.
I appreciate it. We were at a school trip, like one of his school trips, which was like a camping trip. And I remember, we were like roasting marshmallows by the fire. Then the kids went to go play. I don't know if we were playing like hide and seek or man, there was another game that I know I'm gonna remember as soon as I stop talking about it too. It was another Manhunt. That's what it was. The kids were playing Manhunt. This is not a game that I ever was able to play. You know what I mean? But the kids, I just remember we were going to go play, and all the kids were like running and laughing and like clearly able to navigate this area. And I remember just like not being comfortable at all. So of course I called my lifeline, my cousin. I'm like, yo, Blade, I can't see. He's like, and, he's like, okay. So he brought me to his mom, and I ended up telling her, like, hey, I can't see. So her being the insanely smart human she is, she thought, okay, well, tomorrow we're gonna go get checked. You know what I mean? So that pretty much started my journey of seeing eye specialists, retina specialists. It was pretty quick that they linked me to my grandfather, because at that time, um I don't know if my grandpa was completely blind at that point, but um it became clear that okay, we had the same situation going on. I was just in a younger phase of it. So that's
Yeah.
pretty much what started for me.
Wow. So now here we are, and now you're
Yeah.
using this on your platform, right? To,
Yeah,
spread the message to others and do this advocacy work and
for sure.
really just like explain what that is. So, what was your first experience with assistive technology?
Oh man, this happened very recently. I've been playing around with, well, I guess my first bit of assistive tech would have been Be My Eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah, my wife. before I was ready to admit anything, and this is very recently, she was the one to start looking in things. Like she's the one who found Molly Burke in my house and some other like some other YouTubers who were talking about different apps and things to help because me, I just my pride wouldn't let me do it and I was still running from it, as early as a year and a half ago, 2 years ago. Once she started telling me about certain apps, she knows like if there's something small, I have a tough time reading it. Um a lot of times now, the color has to be just right, the lighting has to be just right for me
Yes.
to be able to catch it. And if there's something there and I might have dropped something, it's pretty much losing it in the ocean at this point. So Be My Eyes was my first bit of thing to help me.
Yeah.
That and there's an app called Colorblind Pal, which I don't use as often now, but those two are my first like apps and tech to help me identify things. 'Cause I've been colorblind for most of my life too. I don't know, uh,
Okay.
yeah. So those have been my those are my first adaptations outside of like a flashlight. I don't know if that counts as assistive tech, but that was definitely the first thing I picked up to say like I need help with lighting.
Yeah. I've
Yeah.
never heard of the colorblind app before.
Oh yeah, Colorblind Pal is great. Like, so it pretty much like opens up like your camera app, and you point it at different things, and it's just a little reader at the bottom where it can say it out loud, or you could just have the text, and it'll tell you like, all right, this is deep purple. This is, whatever, and it'll tell you like, pretty much things so you can match things up better. So yeah,
Yeah.
that's been that was a good app.
So you're using the assistive technology now. How do you use that when, you're running your YouTube channel?
My gosh. So nowadays a lot of things is well, first of all, I get a lot of help. I should say this, right? Like my best assistive tech is my wife
I love it. No,
because
we have to lean on our people. We
yeah,
should be leaning on our people.
for editing because the program we use for editing any program really, it's very
Yeah.
confusing, especially for somebody, with eyes like mine. So, I definitely lean on her help for a lot of things and that's definitely my best help, I would say. But nowadays, like if I feel like the apps that I use most. Okay, actually, I can't believe I forgot about this. My Meta glasses. I don't have them on right now because they're charging, but my Meta
Okay.
glasses have been super dope. They don't help me with my editing or my videos at all. Well,
Yeah.
outside of recording things because that is one thing that I love recording with them because it gets a whole nother camera angle and stuff like that. But
Yeah.
man, when we go out, like say I know I'm going somewhere with the kids, with my wife, like I like to know that like, okay, hey Meta, I could save like where we park so I know, or like there's certain things that I could have it like flag
You
and
can do
remember.
that?
Yeah,
That's really
yeah,
cool.
which
Okay.
is
So I'm
super dope
getting
for
a
that.
pair soon.
Yeah,
My bureau is helping me and getting me a pair. It was
nice.
recommended. So
Let's
I'm super
go.
excited. And now I know to call Cory for help to learn how to
Hey,
use them.
so I did one video testing them out, and I have part two drop in a few weeks where because they've had a lot of new updates. So I'm like,
Yeah.
I gotta make part two because it's all about how people like us can use them to help our vision. So if you haven't seen part one, I'll definitely check it out. But part two will be even more in depth. And the good thing about you too, I think you're gonna have a better battery life than the pair I have because I got like the first
Oh,
gen.
yeah, the
So
new ones? Okay.
yeah, I think they have better battery life from what I heard.
Well, I love that. I'm excited. And yes, I will be checking
Yeah,
that out.
sweet, sweet. I
So
appreciate it.
that's probably like one assistive tool that you love, huh? What
Yeah,
assistive tool do you think you would love to be better or you wish were better?
because you said assistive tech at first, and now you said assistive tool.
Huh?
I completely jumped over the use of my White King. First of all,
My goodness. Yep.
that has been my outside of like my flashlight being the first thing that like I don't have it
Uh-huh.
on me right now. It's just behind me and I don't see it. But yeah, my White Cane has been a game changer for me. I started using it back in February.
So you're
and
new to using it.
I'm super new to it.
Me too.
Yeah, yeah, it's I've had some mobility training. I got more trainings lined up, but I fell in love with it because it gave me some strength back. It gave me some independence back, and I knew I knew I could get around a little bit better, actually a lot better, in a lot of different situations without needing to hold on to an arm or a
Mhm.
shoulder or something like that, and or a hand. So my white cane, aka my samurai sword, that's my baby. I affectionately call it Suzumushi after my one of my favorite anime characters. And yeah, I rock with that thing. I got a few different tips. I go orange, I go blue, I go red, but yeah, I love my white cane. And in terms of which technology do I think would I love to be better, I would love to have a white cane that not only told me what was below so I don't trip, but like also what's overhead. Because
Yeah.
one of the funniest things that my mobility trainer told me in one of our sessions was I asked her because like when you walk on a sidewalk, there's branches and stuff, that are
Yes.
there's going to be things at head level. So
Yes.
I asked her, I was like, hey, what are we supposed to do about those things? And she said, if you know something's coming, you could raise your hand. I was like, okay. She was like, that or just wear a hat with a brim in the front.
What?
I
But what
said,
if you don't know?
that's the
But
best.
what?
That's what
I'm
I'm
gonna
saying.
have to
I'm like,
ask my mobility trainer that too.
she like her response, you should record it because it's so funny. I was like, my only options are keeping my hand up or wearing my hat to the front so I don't get beat up. Like
Oh my
if that
goodness.
if that's the best options, a cane that could tell me, hey, watch your head. That would be sick. But
Oh
I
my
would
gosh,
probably
I
lean
think you
on
have
that.
something here that
Hey,
we should be
I
building.
hey man. I mean you might have the tools. You're all fancy with the podcast.
I don't know about that. I definitely have hit my head on branches.
Oh my gosh, man. I've definitely yeah, I've gotten beat up by branches and here in DR, I live abroad. Man, the wiring, the cables, the security measures that, could be unpredictable, as you're walking on a sidewalk or whatever. Like,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah, it's a lot to dodge and make sure you're clear of. So
I love that.
yeah.
When you are what's your favorite type of content to make for your YouTube channel?
Man, so my favorite videos are my blind life hack videos
Okay.
because even though it takes a lot of time and effort and like coming up with the ideas, to see it come to life is, to me, it's the most fun type of content. Like I'll be like working with my wife and I'm laughing and I'm like, oh wait, I gotta play that again. Like I'm having a good time. So
Yeah.
that's definitely my favorite thing. And what inspired that was I was, as I started this journey of figuring things out for me and my eyes, I was looking up like blind life hack videos and something just came over me and was like, man, if I can make this a sport, that'll be pretty funny. And then me and my cousin got on the phone and we were talking about it, and we thought making it like a video game would be perfect. Having head to head matches and mixing in humor and ridiculousness, but also being helpful too. Sharing the things that have helped us in our journey. We thought that would be amazing, and to be honest with you, I have some amazing guests coming up. Some really big names on YouTube have found these life hack videos and like,
Oh, that's awesome.
yeah, the one that I'm working on now, which should be coming out like towards the end of this month, is humongous and it's unbelievable and it's coming out incredible. So I'm really excited about that. We're modeling it after Mortal Kombat this time. So
Wow, that's gonna
yeah,
be
it's
fun.
oh my gosh, I'm so excited about it, but that's definitely my favorite type of content because it's just different, it's fun, it's funny.
They're so funny.
Yeah.
I'm, like, digging the Pokemon ones for sure.
Yeah,
The nostalgia takes me
for
back.
sure. Oh my gosh. I mean, I feel like Pokemon has been, definitely a part of our upbringing, and
Yes,
to have that, to be able to play off that a little bit. Like after this Mortal Kombat one, I'm definitely jumping back into the Pokemon style. But if I have a guest who's like, oh, could we do, this version? And if I think I can make it happen, cool. It just so happens to be that my next guest is so incredible, and his personality definitely, when he asked about Mortal Kombat, I'm like, I will figure it out, my brother. Don't worry
yes.
about it. So yeah, it's really cool. I'll show you some of the graphics later today.
Awesome. I get a sneak peek. I'm excited
Yeah.
about that.
Yeah.
So, what do you think, Corey, is like a common misconception that folks have about the blind or low vision community?
Yeah. I mean, I feel like I know what most people probably say, which is that a lot of people outside of us think that we see nothing. When we
Mm-hmm.
say we're blind, so I won't even say that. I'll try to give you a different answer than that. You know what? I think what I'll say, I guess it's kind of related, is the amount that we could actually accomplish will
Yeah.
fool everybody.
Yep.
Because it's one thing to think that, okay, all blind people see nothing, all blackness. That's one thing. But the things that, not even me, the things that the stories that I've heard where guys get into the military, guys are in the police force, but they struggle to drive or shouldn't be driving, is like, how did you get there? It's like
Yeah.
the things that I've heard from our community, like we are incredible people. And I want to think that it's the resilience of our daily challenges that just propels us to accomplish these like incredible things. But I think that's just something that I wish more people understood, is like, you might have a disability. That doesn't stop you from doing anything you put your mind to.
Absolutely.
So I think I would say that.
Yeah, we just find a new way to do it that works for
Way to
us.
do it, man.
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
that's the mode I'm in right now. Finding a new way to do
Amen.
things so we can
Hey,
so we can go.
hey, that's all we can do, man. These are the cards we have. We gonna make those cards rock. We gonna make them cards be winners no matter what. So that's what we on.
Yeah. So, what role, because you're really good at this, what role do you think storytelling plays in advancing accessibility? Like with your videos on YouTube, you're really good at telling your story and molding the whole picture for folks so they can, obviously we're making this content for the blind community, so we have to be
Yeah,
more descriptive and such. But
yeah.
what role do you think that plays?
First of all, thank you for the compliments.
Mhm.
I think it's really important. I've actually been getting trained to be a better advocate and to be a better storyteller. I think sharing our personal experiences, sharing our life to people, and yeah, to the people and in the places that actually have the power or working towards, whether it's, laws and legislature or technology. I think being able to share our personal experiences is really life changing, really, mind shifting, when we could break down a scenario on how this tool or, this law could benefit not only me, but our whole community. I think it brings things to life for, those decision makers and those companies, and in a way that I didn't even know. Like, I mean, like I said, I'm getting trained to be a better advocate, and just learning about how sitting down in front of the right person, telling the
Yeah.
right story could just click. Like, you don't know if that person has a child, and now your childhood story connects those dots. And now it's like, oh, whoa, I didn't think about it like that. I don't know. I think just being able to connect dots, be relatable, being real, I think it just opens up our minds in a way that might not have been open without those connections.
Oh, yeah. I love that, and you're right. getting at the table if we can, inviting ourselves there and making sure that we have a spot and then being able to voice, advocacy work once we get there.
Yeah. And trust me, I never thought I would be an advocate.
Oh my gosh.
I never thought I would be in this position. If you would have told me that I was doing advocacy work even in January or February, I would have been like, "How?
Yeah, and
It
you're
doesn't make
doing
sense."
advocacy work for big places.
I mean, man, I'm fortunate. I feel lucky. I feel blessed. I'm just grateful, that people somehow have seen something from me and decided to pour into me. And it's been amazing, learning, and it's been amazing connecting with the community that I've been running from,
Yeah.
and the fact that I could help anybody, even if it's just to put a smile on somebody's face and make somebody laugh, like that makes my day. So I'm grateful.
Well, we love it. And I will say, a big, and I've said this to you before too, like a huge extra reason why I feel this connection to your content and everything is because there's not a lot of black folks that are
Fair,
going through this, right? And
fair.
for me to be able to relate with someone that looks like me is really
Yeah,
important.
man. You gonna make me blush on here, Kanisha.
It is. It's really important. Like, there's already a huge disproportionality in the disability community, and there
Yeah,
is a huge
yeah.
disproportionality of black and brown folks getting the services that they need across the board. So
Amen.
being
Yeah.
able to have advocates in that space that look like us is really important.
Oh man, I'm like I appreciate that. I'm grateful to be in this position. I'm definitely I've heard that a few times now, and it's I don't take it lightly because like I'm grateful to be able to connect with everybody, and I
Mhm.
think the fact that people are reaching out like yo, what's up? Like you get it, and man, I've definitely got a lot of messages from not only black and brown people, but also people of like a younger age too, right? Like I feel
Mhm.
like there's a lot of guys too where it's like, man, like it just feels like there's gratitude for me just being who I am and what I am, and just people reaching out and showing love in that way. I think, like I said, the connecting is everything, man. I think I've learned that over this year where if you could connect with somebody, you change each other's lives in a lot of ways. So
Yeah.
it's really amazing, man. I'm grateful.
The young community is so interesting, right? Because when I go to my retina doctor, I'm like the youngest one sitting in the waiting
Oh
room.
my God.
Right? Like,
Yes.
folks think that blindness just is, that's a misconception, that it
Oh
affects
yeah.
just an older generation, and
Yeah.
obviously that's not true.
So true. Oh my gosh. One of the funniest times I felt like that is usually nowadays when I go to the airport, right? Like I don't even try to navigate this thing because the amount of people that I've crashed into over the years before having my
Yeah.
cane is like I would be in the Hall of Fame of crushing into everybody, right? So nowadays I go to the airport, I get the wheelchair, I get pushed and escorted, and I'm probably half the age of anybody else in a wheelchair, and I'm like, "Oh my gosh," but at the end of the day, man, like, that is way better than me getting lost, which I've done in an
Yes.
airport and missing a flight or running into people and the chaos that, I was putting myself through before. Yeah, it is funny. I think, blindness is interesting in that way where it'll put you in a room full of people twice your age, but hey, man, you gotta do what you gotta do to live out here.
Yeah, you're right. Corey, what is something that you would like to leave our listeners with?
Man, if I could leave the listeners with anything, I think it goes back to us being unstoppable. If you're somebody dealing with a visual challenge, with a visual struggle, or any struggle, I promise you there's a way to get it done. Whatever you want to accomplish, there's a path to that. And I promise you, connecting with other people in your shoes, I bet you will find a way to do it. And I know it's hard, like accepting this took me almost my entire life to sit down and say, okay, this is my life, and this is something I have to come to terms with. But once you do that, you start to figure things out, you start to adapt, and man, it's a game changer for you, it's a game changer for your family, and it's definitely worth it. And if anybody's watching this who maybe is a decision maker, maybe you're an inventor, or you have a company that helps us, I think your work is huge and it's appreciated, and anything to help us feel empowered is a major blessing and a major win for the whole world, man, because the things that we've been able to do with our struggles is already incredible. To be able to adapt to it, it goes that much further. So hopefully that's okay.
Yeah, I agree. Wow.
Yeah.
You're amazing, Cory.
Cool. I appreciate it. Thanks so much.
Yeah, I'll definitely be linking Cory's YouTube in the show notes and
Sweet.
places that you'll be able to find and ask questions if you have any for Cory. But thanks so much for being on the podcast today. It was so
Thanks for
fun
having me.
getting to have conversation with you and learning more about your
Definitely.
story. Okay. Thanks everyone for joining us on the Echo Pod Blends podcast, where we view assistive technology through the eyes of lived experience. So, if today's conversation sparks something in you, share it, rate it, and keep the dialogue going. To learn more about the beautiful project or to support our work, visit echovisionfoundation.org. Until next time, stay curious, stay connected, and keep seeing with love. Thanks, everyone.
Ada.